Guys, this is Lindsay with Garage Gym Reviews. We are someplace totally unique, obviously not in a garage gym, but in an actual gym. I know you guys come for like garage gym content, but this story and these people who have created this space are amazing. And honestly, I can't wait to show you around. I mean, if you look behind me, you can just see like how sick this space is, how excited we are to get into the details, but also talk to Hermes, Sam, they have Neil, they have Annette here, and just talk about how they created the space and the intention behind it. So make sure you are subscribed to our channel. And also, if you want to reach out to them, we'll go ahead and put the link to their gym below. Ask them all the questions, and I'm excited to show you guys this space. Okay, so Sam's gonna kind of show us around, just tell us about how you guys got started. So where do you want to go first?
Sure, let's head over to the lobby. So this is where we started, this little green wagon right here. In 2020, Hermes, also known as Junior, he lost his job due to the pandemic. So this little green wagon that we have here, he was going from park to park, training all of his clients. It got cold, so I found him a garage, and his clients were like, where are we gonna train? It's getting cold, the weather. So we found this one-car garage.
So really, you guys can say, like, we're on gym.
Yeah, Zoom now. Okay, started.
When we found that location, it was really hard because I was in between, like, are my clients really gonna come to a garage? But Sam was the one that told me your clients go to you because of you, not because of a nice place. I think that I didn't have the push to do it because this is a business that comes through the eyes. So am I gonna go back to being a gym trainer, or should we do our own thing? And then is when she came and she's like, let's do our own thing. Your clients go because of you. So then we finally just jump in the garage. We started from zero, maxed out our credit cards there to get some equipment. Yeah.
Actually, one of his first clients, this Pedro right here, he started as the trainer, and he saw such great results.
Wait, is this Pedro?
Yeah, that's him. And this is him, yeah.
When we expanded, I was like, hey, I don't trust really like a lot of trainers, so you are my client.
Kind of like almost your guys' baby in a way. Yes, you wanted to make sure it's being...
So he was down to be a trainer. I coach him. I tell him where to get all the certifications. So now he's the manager of the Queens location.
I worked in HR for 8 years and my company got acquired.
Okay.
So at the same time, I was lined up to get a different job. And they showed me where my office was. They were writing up the offer letter. They introduced me to everybody. And then 2 weeks out of nowhere, they said, sorry, we're not proceeding. And I was just like, what are we gonna do? So that's the same day that he came home, and he was just like, what do you say we open up IFT in Long Island? And I was like, what do you mean? Are you sure? So I was used to, the corporate life.
Sure.
And so I said, okay. And we risked everything. We followed the purpose, not the paycheck. And honestly, by the grace of God, we have this place. Like, I'm a firm believer in that.
I feel like, you're saying like we follow the purpose. That already to me feels so evident by like how loyal these people are to you guys, following you, like just your guys' passion for this space. Like it just shows through immediately, which I think is unique. You don't walk into a gym and feel like, oh, these are loyal people who like really care. And obviously you had to like be that type of person to wheelbarrow equipment to a park. Like that's commitment to your goal, so that's so cool. So now show us the thing.
Yes.
Okay, so I want to hear a little bit more about like where you started, where you're from, what got you into training. Like, I know you've done some competitions in like powerlifting, right?
In
bodybuilding?
Yeah.
Bodybuilding. So talk a little bit about just like your story of like how you got to this point.
I never really thought about being a trainer.
Okay.
I was born in Miami, but I grew up in Colombia.
Okay.
So in Colombia, I studied for architecture.
Okay.
So I think the architecture background kind of helped us to...
I was gonna say, I feel like that must have like helped.
Yeah, so my time there, it wasn't really that good. It went through a lot of hardships there, where I got to the point that my dad told me, what are you doing there? You are born in the United States, has a lot of great opportunities for you.
Sure.
So why you don't go and see what you can do with your degree?
Yeah.
So I got a week to think about it, but then he said, you don't have the best relationship with your family there. I was at the point that I was going from store and store, just being like, hey, can you give me bread? Can you give me eggs? Can you give me this? So I was really an architect, but didn't have for nothing.
Sure.
So he said, just go and see what you can do there, because you're asking for food in the store. What are you doing?
Right.
So I got like, you know what? Let's just go. Let's just go and do it. So I was like, okay, let's just go. I packed. We booked the ticket in 2015.
So around how old were you?
22.
Okay. Still baby.
Yeah. So I came here. I started working the same week that I got here. I started trying to do all the credit for my architecture, but they told me you have to start from zero. You have to start.
Like it didn't all like transfer over.
Yeah. So I was like, I'm 22. I don't want to wait till my 30s to see, okay, now I have a degree. Let me see what I can do. So, you know what? Let me put that aside and see what I can do. The same 2 weeks that I was here, I started working in a restaurant, cleaning bathrooms and the floor. And I remember that one guy came to me that day, and out of nowhere, which I thought that was weird, from the people that work on Times Square. He said, how old are you? Are you starting to be a trainer? And I'm like, well, you know, I'm going to the gym. They asked me to be a trainer because they needed a Spanish-speaking trainer in the public gym that I was going. So he said, you are gonna have a house quick. You are gonna be successful. You're gonna do this. You're gonna find people close to you.
That's just some guy, like started like speaking to you.
Yeah. So in the moment, I was like, this guy is kind of crazy.
Yeah.
But now that I'm here at this point, I remember that, and I was like, wow, like God sent this guy.
Yeah.
So that's how I started in the gym. That's how I started being a trainer. I got pack of clients quick, and that's how I kept going all these years until pandemic hit.
Sure.
That I was left without a job.
All of a sudden, everything is shut down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's when some of my clients were like, where are you gonna, you know, I don't care about the COVID, we can be outside. I start training my clients in the park. That's when I got the wagon, but I wasn't just going to one park. I was going to 6 different parks in one day.
What made you think, okay, I hear like what people are saying. Like, I just like feel like it's so cool, crazy that you thought, yeah, a wheelbarrow makes sense so that I can train people. Like, I just feel like a lot of people during that time particularly were just like, well, we're just here now, like, you know what I mean? They weren't like taking actions to try and like figure out.
I think that one thing that helped me is that it's not the first time that I face like a challenge that is that hard, where you basically have to start from the beginning. And I didn't have nothing. Then I start building, I lose it again, I start building, and in the pandemic it happened again, where you lose everything, and then you either choose to let this bring you down or be like, okay, what I'm gonna do to get out of this. And it was good to see that more people, oh, I have this friend in the city that wants to train. I have this friend in Long Island. So I was like, just tell them that I will train them. That's how I just kept going from park to park. For example, from 6 a.m. to 8 a.m. in Queens, then drive to the city to be there at 9, from 9 to 10, then drive to Long Island to be there at 12 to 3 p.m. So I used to start at 6 and finish at 7 p.m.
How long did you do that for?
Starting in June, the end of May 2020 until October 31st.
Okay.
So like for good 6 months.
And that's when you guys opened up that like one park garage.
Yes.
So I kind of I might like walk this way and just like ask you guys questions. So obviously you have some rogue racks here. What was the intention behind like going with rogue? I see you have some like rogue barbells.
Yeah. So really the only thing that you see here that is not from Watson is the stuff that they don't really do. They do squat racks, but in the moment we just wanted to go like quick with start buying equipment, because it takes time to get delivered from them. So we got the barbells, we got the squat rack, we got plyo boxes, the box. But before we even wanted to go with Watson, I used to drive 3 hours in the pandemic, 3-4 times a week.
Okay.
Because all gyms were closed.
Yeah.
So as soon as I finish my clients in the park, I start driving all the way to PA to train in this gym that had the Watson dumbbells.
Yeah.
So I was
it immediately like love at first sight when you saw those dumbbells?
Yeah. And I was just like, if I'm driving 3 hours just to touch these dumbbells, I can't imagine just having an entire gym by this brand.
Right.
We started the dumbbells.
On the Queens
location.
Okay.
Yeah, and I gotta admit, I was against it in the beginning because I was just like, they're luxury, they're high end, right?
Like actually so excited because like, you know, we review tons of equipment, but like you read about Watson. I've never used any product. And so I know we're gonna do like the little workout later and just put me on everything else. And I'm excited.
For example, this one.
Yeah. You didn't show us how the adjustability works on this.
So
this is really kind of wild.
Yeah. So if you want to focus on your quads, I believe you turn this on this side and then you start pumping and starts to go up.
Sure.
And here you can see in which angle you are. So if you want to focus on your quads, you just start pumping.
This is cool.
It goes all the way up, and you can also come here and just fix it from there. And see, we take this out, and then
it adjusts.
Down. For me, I just love doing quads. So so today you guys are gonna do that. But some of our clients, like, they can't really be on this position. So we just pump it on
they might not have the ankle mobility, whatever.
Right.
But being able to adjust that is like probably so helpful.
Yeah. We have a lot of different clients. I love talking about Christina.
Okay.
So Christina has 8 screws in each of her knees, right?
Yeah.
So she couldn't even squat when we first when Junior first trained her. She actually started in the Queens location too.
And she comes here
clients, all of his clients, when he left the Queens location, he gave them the option of staying, and they said, no, we're going to follow you. So that meant the world to us.
Amazing.
Yeah. But anyway, now she's deadlifting, squatting, and
isn't it like amazing to think like you hear so many stories of people who are like, I can't do this because I had knee surgery. I can't do this because whatever. And really having like a good knowledgeable trainer in addition to a piece of equipment that can help navigate some, like it all of a sudden they're squatting and doing stuff that they didn't think that they could do.
Exactly. Yeah. And so we don't just do personal training because of everything is custom and because everything is built around the client. It's personalized adaptive training. That's what we specialize in.
So show us what else.
So since we love doing legs, you will see a lot of leg equipment. One piece of equipment that really got my attention that not a lot of people like is the True Squat.
Okay.
It's just a quad burner.
Okay.
So all this equipment, if you see it, they have counterbalance. So this just makes the movement so much easier, so much smoother. When you are at the peak of the movement, you don't feel pain in your joints. So it makes it just easier to just focus in your muscle.
And you obviously use other hack squat machines or like whatever, and you can say like
yes,
because you can see the quality with the Watson.
Yeah, and we have a lot of people that come here from gyms around here and they try all our equipment and they are like, wow, this feels so much this year. You will be able to see all the difference from the public gyms.
That's it.
Yeah, and even the 45, if you see, it's
super thin but super heavy.
What is that, like half an inch for a 45-pound weight? That's crazy. I feel like I'll actually feel real unique because I'm always used to like doing big.
The bumper plate,
like, and it's gonna like load up, and I'm like, that's all.
And it does makes a difference. You might just say, oh, it's a 45 pounds. It's the same, but when you put it on a barbell or on a piece of equipment, you can tell. For some reason, it feels so much heavier.
Yes.
More of the customization or adaptability for your body that what some equipment has is that most of the handles, you can get them...
Like they all have knurling.
And they rotate. I have seen this piece of equipment with this fix. This doesn't rotate, so when you do the movement, it's kind of forcing your grip down. But since this rotates, it makes the movement so much smoother. Here you will see the same thing with the fly. You don't feel that it's forcing your joints.
Yeah, I was going to say it probably, like, especially you're thinking, like, okay, when I'm getting, like, heavy lateral raises, a lot of the times the weak point is the wrist, right?
Mhm.
So if you can, like, take that pressure off, help it, like, naturally rotate.
And you
Now
take
that
it up
and the
with
counterbalances
this.
too. Yeah, they're on all the machines. It's phenomenal.
That's so cool. Okay, I want to go through and hear maybe, like, your top 2 pieces, your favorite here, and say with you, Sam.
Okay.
Like, what your favorite things that you use.
Okay.
My top 2 pieces is the hack squat.
Okay, so that was what we saw right there. All right.
And my second top piece that I hate but I love
Okay, love that.
is the Viking press
Okay, and done.
for shoulders because we love doing legs and shoulders. One of the reasons is that a standing barbell sometimes can put a lot of pressure on your back. So you're like trying to, and especially
if you're not used to like knowing how to engage your core, people like will have that flexion.
Or if you want to go with a lot of weight. But here you don't really have to be as strange. You can lean a little bit, press it up. Boom.
Nathan, are you dying right now? Is that what you want?
More. Also, because from them you can get to, let's say that you want to do
like
single arms.
Yeah.
So you can get to lose this, and you lose it from that side, and then take this out, and then you can just get to do one arm at a time. Boom, boom. So I remember doing this in one gym, like with 2 45s on each side, and here I just put one, and I was.
Yeah, I gotta do it.
So it humbles you.
Okay,
it humbles you.
Yeah. Before we get to Sam's, I have to ask about like the super action hero figures around. Yeah.
Okay.
So what's the story behind that?
We were like, okay, how we can add our personality and what we like without taking away the luxury look.
Yeah.
So we decided to, that's a good way to. So we start to add stuff like that. Like
I like the user. Like, yeah, it is. This is like a luxury feel. You walk in, you can like obviously tell. But I love that you have like your personality showing through with. I was like, what is happening? Why are all of these little like characters
just staring at you while you do it?
And he actually made that box. It was an IKEA box, but that's if you recognize it, Nesco's.
That's so cool. Okay, Sam, here too.
I like the leg press.
Okay.
So I will always, my leg day, you always catch me doing leg press with the machines. The cool thing about this machine is there's so many things that can be adjusted. For example, these shoulders, if you're a little bit taller, this locks you in place.
Coop, who also does a channel, is obsessed with knurling and thinks that everything should be knurling except for toilet paper. Like changing everything else in the world, so I'm knurling on it.
Oh, that's awesome. But yes, so this can lock you into place when you're going super heavy. Back here, the angle, depending on if you want to hit more glutes or more hammies, can be adjusted here. You can also go
single leg.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
You take that out and then
right.
Just single.
So just put the thing first. You guys can do with both legs.
It's what Brett wants. I can tell. She's a leg presser. Yeah.
Or half of the platform goes down. Boom.
Okay, so different kind of leg press. I don't know how people feel about this machine. So this is the vertical leg press. I've seen a couple other gyms have it, but it's usually fixed in place.
Okay.
However, you can change the angle, which is really cool. And I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but you change the angle of this platform here.
Okay.
And so...
Oh, I see.
Yeah, so that can be changed here because it has the adjustment here.
So why do you like the vertical, like?
So I am a hammies and glutes girl.
Okay.
Reason being, I am very quad dominant. Any movement that I make, I'm powerful in my leg.
Right.
So I don't want my quads to overpower.
You have to have that balance.
Yeah. It's all about balance. So I focus more on my weaknesses, which is my glutes and my hammies. I could do a lunge right now and my quads easily get activated.
Take over.
Yeah. So this machine, the angle that we hit, it's very cool.
Activate.
Yes. So yeah. And the shoulder pads also go down, which is very cool. It's under the machine, but where it's positioned, it's a little hard to get to. It's just so easy to do.
You can really get that like full depth position.
Yeah.
And I bet this would be good for people who are looking for like plyometric stuff or really looking to create that like power, because this allows you to really explode out of the bottom.
Yeah.
So you don't really have to go super heavy, like 6 plates on this side.
Right. Yeah.
The leg press. No, I'm not saying. The way on there translate basically to halfway here. Yeah.
Okay, so this is Annette. I want to hear your favorite piece of equipment as a gym.
Right now, it would have to be the bench press because I'm trying to hit a PR. So I'm trying to practice that one. So right now, that's my favorite. And I love legs as well. So it would have to be the pendulum squat.
Oh, no.
This is great because it's so adjustable. Doesn't hurt my knees, which is when I first started with junior. It was something that I struggled with.
Well, and a pendulum squat, I love that it gives you this like full range of motion, but it's not a vertical, right? Like I just feel like it'll lose with your body. I don't know. All right. And then Neil, you're a leg guy too, I assume.
Yeah, no.
The leg.
No. So I was going to say, so while everybody here loves legs, I tolerate this one, least favorite. This one, least favorite. So my favorite is over here. And it's simple, but it's the dumbbells. The reason I like these is because they are close to your wrist, right? So you'll see as you, like in other public gyms, you'll see that as you get heavier in the weight, they're enormous.
Sure.
Like they become, you can't even get full.
Somebody with 100.
Yeah, and it looks like they're carrying like this giant thing and you can't even get full range of motion. So the reason why I like these is because they're so close to your wrist, so you could go back, get that full stretch.
Sure.
Right? And they just feel so good.
Do you feel like as a trainer, you'll like watch people not hit full range of motion and get upset?
They'll be like, I'll be like, oh wait, you're not going all the way, so we'll lighten the weight, go a little bit lower, and then they're like this. So you have to work on that.
Not training really anybody, but it's like I'll see people in the gym and they're like,
Yeah.
Like, walk away, Lance, walk away.
Like not even 20%. Yeah, 20% range. Yeah.
Okay, guys, so we just wrapped up touring this amazing gym here at Iron Fortress. I feel like just kind of shocked. Like, truthfully, we met on Instagram. I knew a little bit about their story. We had FaceTime one time. I didn't really know what I was walking into. And being here, like, I'm just such a big fan of them, like, as individuals, but also this gym. So thank you, guys. We are about to do a workout, so definitely come back for part 2 of this video series so you can see what Hermes's training style is like, see us on the equipment. I know I'm going to drag Brittany in. We're going to try and get Nathan to do something, but I'm actually super excited to do that. So definitely make sure you subscribe so you can see the second part of this video, and peace.